Hi folks, today I'm going to shoot a little video tutorial on how to use and set up and join Google Meet. So the first thing you could do is you can go to meet.google.com. You could also, inside your Google Waffle, there is the option to join Google Meets as well. You could join a meeting if that's all you're doing by accepting the invitation that you will get through your email and simply by clicking on a link. So once you're into Google Meet by any of those means, simply go to join or start a meeting. So right now I'm just going to do a test meeting where I will set up my own meeting. I'm not joining through a link. So I'm just going to do a test. So I can add that, and my options, I've got an option to turn off my camera, which I'm going to do as we've been off school now for a week now, and I certainly don't need anyone looking at my ugly mug here. I could also turn off my microphone if I wanted. I'm going to do that only because I don't want any feedback on this little tutorial that I'm giving. When I'm ready, I select join now, so I can join the meeting. Now I'm the presenter for this current meeting. I've got a bunch of information here, including the name of my meeting. I have the option to add other people. So if I wanted to add my grade level colleagues or add parents or students to host a meeting, I have that option. I could also enter a telephone number or text so people can join a meeting via those means as There we go. Down at the bottom of the screen, I have some options as well. So if I join a meeting and I'm not the presenter, I might wish to turn off my microphone. I can turn it off and on. When my microphone is on, other people in the meeting will hear me. Um, I could leave the meeting when the meeting is done. I can also turn off my webcam. So when you turn off your webcam, all you will see, similar to what's on the middle of my screen, is the avatar that you use for your Google login, your Google NLESD email. So down in the bottom left-hand screen, I click on test. I see the name of the meeting. I see the meeting information that you could share this link if you wanted, or the link that is there for other people to join. You could also share by a text a meeting or a call in, so people could call in and enter a PIN code as well to join if they're on telephone, if they didn't have access um, via the internet. You could copy the joining info and include in an email. Um, on the top right-hand corner of the screen, these are important things to know. The people icon, you could see the other people here who are at a meeting. So for example, for a staff meeting that we'll be having later on this week, once people start to join, it will probably be filled up with 30 or 40 plus people. Now, Google Meets has the capacity now to have up to 250 people on a conference at the same time. So you could add people if you notice that a grade level colleague has not yet joined. You can simply type uh, in their email, and you can add someone to a meeting. For example, I'll add Miss Hutchings because I know she might be out on the patio getting a tan, so she might not be there right away. So I can add that person to a meeting, and of course then press send. Or I could text someone by using the call feature again. So those ways to add participants are up in the top corner of your screen, and those people will appear on the left hand side, or sorry, the right hand side of your screen. In addition, if there are multiple people in a chat room, chances are you would want most people to have their microphone turned off unless they're presenting or adding to the chat in some way, shape, or form. So what you could do is you could also have a chat window open. Chat window enables people to type in content, and then they can get a response as well from other people if you pose a question while someone is presenting and so on. So those are some other options that are available to you. I could tell right now up in the right-hand corner that for my window, I currently have my microphone turned off. Some other things that are down here. You could turn on captions. To see what people are saying, I'm just going to put my microphone on, and then you'll see how the captions work. So right now, you can see how the caption feature is working at the bottom of the screen. So that's a really interesting feature to have activated, especially if you were conversing with students. Um, I have the option to present now if I was the presenter, so I'm going to select that feature. I'm going to present my entire screen. Here we go. And present my entire screen so that you notice when someone is presenting, and I can stop my presentation at any point in time. So I'm going to stop presenting for now. Additionally, on the right-hand side of the screen, I have more options. I could record a meeting. So for a staff meeting, for instance, I could record that meeting to share with staff members that might not be available during that allotted time. I could change the layout, just meaning that I could have more than one person on the screen at the same time. I could have a three-way chat and so on. In the three buttons down at the bottom right hand of the screen, I could turn on a full screen option. I could turn off my captions. I'll do that now. I also have the option to check out settings. This is mostly the audio and video features that were addressed in some of the other buttons that I've already gone through on the bottom of the screen. So we also have, in addition to that, we can use a phone for audio. I haven't used that feature before, but and the last feature down here is just reporting a problem and help. That would be directly for Google. If I selected record a meeting, what will happen is that I would ask for the consent of all participants. What I believe gets recorded is only the actual presentation. I don't think anything gets recorded on the right-hand side of the screen. Although I don't know that for certain. I haven't tried it before, but everything I've read, it's only what's being presented. In addition to that, the recording of the meeting will show up in the presenter's Google Drive approximately 10 minutes after a meeting has taken place, so that that presenter could share the information to others. So if you want to set up a meeting to discuss, for instance, a lesson or a neat resource. When I go to present, I could present a window. So I could open up another window, and my window could be like Epic Books, for example. And I could then present the other window that I have open. So that's an interesting option as well. So you could present your other windows, which is really neat. And do a little lesson on that, and then share it with a colleague or share it with family, and so on. I believe those are all of the features that might need to be addressed right now. And certainly at the end of your meeting, don't forget to hang up or leave call, and then you can see that I've left the meeting. I can rejoin if I was booted out, or I can return to home screen. Finally, one more way to access Google Meets and schedule a meeting would be to go in through your Google Calendar. So if I went into Google Calendar, another way to set up a Meet initially, if I wanted to create an event, now if I wanted to create an event, I have the option, once I pick a date, I can, under add rooms, I can add video conferencing. So join Google Meets and so on, and here's my meeting ID, which I copy and share with other people. If I went deeper within that, I could also add guests. So I can add colleagues. I'm just going to add Mr. Callahan here. And then that would be shared with him as well. I could even compare schedules if I wanted to, which is a neat little feature if I had access to his calendar, which I don't. But that is one option that you also have in doing. So that's how to set up a Google Meet using Google Calendar. And if you have any questions on Google Meets, please let me know, touch base. And if not, we will see you at the next Google meeting. Cheers.